This next mindfulness practice is called Reparenting Your Infant Self, and this is a modification of an internal family systems exercise. It is designed to help you imagine and visualize your infant self and reparent them in a loving and nurturing way. It sort of combines a loving kindness practice with a mindfulness practice of active imagination from depth psychology with the concept of internal family systems. Many of us don't feel safe in our bodies, and that usually stems from early childhood, such as the first stage of development, which is when we are developing safety in our body, which is between 0 and 18 months. So I invite you to experiment with the idea that you have an infant self who may need your love and care and help in regulating. I invite you to find a comfortable place to sit, and I invite you to either allow your eyes to gently close or to find a soft place to gaze. I invite you to begin to bring your awareness inward, beginning to notice what is present in your body, perhaps noticing what sensations are present, what thoughts are present, what emotions are present, and what the breath is doing. For starters, don't try to shift or change anything. We're just going to experiment with accepting what is present, with the idea that we are inviting all parts of you to do this practice with you. I invite you to bring your awareness to your breath, beginning to focus on where the breath is flowing in your body and what parts of your body move as the breath moves in and out. You might notice if there are any muscles that feel constricted and affected by the inhalation or the exhalation. You might notice the length of the inhalation and the exhalation. Again, at this stage, we're not trying to shift or change anything. We just want to notice it and accept it. Perhaps you offer your breath some appreciation and your body some appreciation for how it breathes intuitively to keep you alive. You might thank the air for providing nourishment to your body. You might offer acceptance to your younger self for learning to breathe in this way as it helped you care for yourself when you were young. Stay with the breath, accepting it as it is, until you feel you are able to fully accept what the breath is doing without judgment. I invite you now to bring in your imagination. Particularly, I'd like you to visualize your infant self in your arms, and I'd like you to visualize holding your infant self as you breathe, noticing how your infant self is breathing. See if you can sync up your breath with your infant self's breath. Perhaps sending them some love, some care. You might let them know that you are here to support them and to help them to feel calm, and that you'd like them to feel and know that you are loved, or they are loved by you, and that you want them to be free from suffering. If you are not already breathing through your nose, I invite you to breathe in and out through your nose. If you are not already breathing into your lower rib cage, I invite you to fill your lungs so that your lower rib cage expands and your stomach softens and lowers on the inhale. I invite you to invite this infant self to feel you breathing, to feel your body, inviting them to breathe with you. I invite you to slow the breath to a 4-count inhalation and a 6-count exhalation. Again, can you send this infant self some love and some appreciation for the ways that it learned to keep itself safe when it was a young child? At this point in time, we are not working to heal this infant self. We're just working to be in relationship with it and to sense its presence. If you're interested in working with your infant self to help it heal, I invite you to find a therapist, perhaps an internal family systems therapist, if you find this modality interesting. What do you notice happening in your body as you experiment with reparenting and loving this infant self? I invite you now to create some form of ritual exploring what this practice was like for you, perhaps journaling, creating an art project, a movement piece, a song, or any other form of creative expression.